Well, hasn't it been a minute? Now, yeah, there's no excuse. Like, legit, no excuse. Just pure and utter laziness. Which, honestly, I'm sorry. Like, legitimately. Because I came back, like, after a week of a break. And then I said, yeah, I'm going to start trying to do shit. And then, I disappeared on y'all again. So, yeah. Sorry. But, like, I look back, y'all niggas almost brought me to fucking 7K, and I haven't posted in almost 2 weeks. I take you guys for granted, and for that, I'm sorry. It's just how I am, honestly, on being lazy with that stuff. That's why I chose, my name. But, well, I'm gonna record this video for you, and I know you guys don't want to hear me talk for an hour. You want to hear, I thought we'd get into the what if, so I'm gonna get into it for you. Let me just make sure that, yes, alright, it is. Alright. Now let's get into this. Alright, where I left off was, Sho just became a teacher, so did Wild Pussycats. They're going to be staff members at UA, alright? They haven't even gotten told about the fucking, tournament thing. I can always forget what that's called. So, what's it called? Esports festival. So, what's it called? Deku, he's in class, right? Sho is sitting at, like, the teacher's assistant table, and he's like, dude, I hate this. Like that's his mindset right now. Everybody wondering who the hell that is. Aizawa's like, Aizawa goes up to the front, he's like, alright, people. He explains, alright, you see Sho right here? Because, like, a lot of people didn't see him during the attack. He's like, Sho is going to be a UA staff member to help protect you guys. We also have the Wild Pussycats joining us to protect you guys as well. Alright? And then he also explains that, yeah, they're going to be taking a few precautions to make sure that everyone's safe. Yada, yada, yada. But they're also going to be like, hey, we're also going to prove to everyone, the world, that we're not, going to get scared by this attack. That's why we're going to be doing the UA Sports Festival. Everybody's pumped. They're like, the Sports Festival, whoa. Yeah, oh my god, I love the Sports Festival. Deku's like, oh, the Sports Festival. What the hell is that? Because he didn't watch any of the sports festivals. And, like, they're all like, you don't know what the Sports Festival is? It's only, like, the biggest fucking thing since the Olympics. I mean, like, it's even bigger than the Olympics at this point. It's, where everyone comes, they show off their shit that they got. They fight, you at Class 1A, Class 1B, support course, all that stuff. General studies, all that. And it gives other students chances to get into the main courses, and it gives kids in the main courses chances to fall. So it's dangerous for them, but it's also a good way to get scouted by, other agencies. So everybody's like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome, yada, 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 this, and that, Deku's like, cool, okay, I guess. So, he's like, alright, I mean, why not do this? I forgot if I gave one for all to anyone. I'm not gonna give anyone one for all for now. So, if I gave someone one for all, tell me. If I didn't, then just be like, Aizawa, stupid, you didn't give them nothing. So, So everybody's getting ready to walk out of class. Deku's about to walk out first. And then he sees an army of fucking people outside his class, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, he's wondering, like, why are all these people here? Yeah. If you think I cuss a lot, that's because it's in my DNA, I guess. I don't know. I just cuss a lot. So sorry if you watch with your family. If you do, I actually got told that someone watches with their family, my what if, and I'm so honored about that. Even though I curse so much that honestly you shouldn't watch me with the family. You shouldn't watch me with the family. But I'm gonna just yeah. I appreciate you guys. So he's out there. He's like, who the hell are all y'all? Shinso walks up. He's like, so you're 1A. Deku's like, no, I'm Izuku, I'm not 1A, I'm Izuku. And then Shinso's like, I mean, you're in class 1A. And Deku's like, I mean, yeah, but my name is Izuku, so like, know it and, you know, respect it, or you gonna catch these paws. You know, Shinso's like, yeah, whatever. He's always stepping to violence. And Deku's like, I already don't fuck with you. So he's like trying to walk away. Shinso like steps in front of him. He's like, what, you think you're better than me, UA trash? Or, you know, class 1A trash? Deku looks him dead in the eyes. He's like, what class are you in? He's like, general studies. He's like, yeah, I think I'm pretty much better than you. And then walks away. You know, Shinso's pissed. Fucking, after that, everyone is just like, Bakugo's like, ha, I was gonna say something like that, you know. And then so he walks up, he's like, out of my way, extras, and then walks away. And then everybody's like, Deku feels more hurtful. Like, that's what everyone's mindset is. I forgot who I made Deku's friend. Freaking Tokiyami and Tsuyu, the animal group. I forgot. I should add, what's it called? The, Koda into it, because, you know, he talks to animals. It'll make a good team. So what's it called? They're you know, they're walking. He's like walking out. So he gets home and he's like, this is too much work. And then Sho gets there and Sho's like, so kid, you gonna train for this festival? He's like, yeah, I am. But you know, this is annoying. Sho's like, yeah. It probably will be, you know. Deku's like, you gonna help me train? Sho's like, I got paperwork. And then walks off. Deku's annoyed thoroughly. Then he's like, who can I train with? So he's just like, alright. He calls up Tsuyu and Tokiyami. He trains with them for a bit. What's it called? He also does call up Koda. He helps Koda with his fear of insects for a little bit. Not really too much. Not to the point where he's like, yeah, I can talk to insects, like, we best friends, but, like, you know, he can tell insects to do this for him, and they will most likely do it for them, because he just talks to them. He doesn't really, I don't know if he mind controls them, or if he just talks to them. So, if he just does talk to them, then, yeah. Koda is dumb overpowered. He should be able to mind control people, because, you know, people are animals, but we ain't gonna talk about that today. So, after that, Koda is just like, you know, Deku gets back to school. Like, we're gonna time skip to when sports festival starts. Deku gets to UA, they tell him to put on the uniform. Deku's like, alright, I guess. He puts on the fucking UA costume, you know, all that stuff. And then he walks out, you know. They're all like, alright. For your, you know, for UA class 1A, for UA's representative, Izuku Midoriya, or I mean, they don't say Midoriya, they're gonna be like, Izuku, like, Sho, what they call him, Izuku Sho, yeah, just Izuku Sho, and Deku's like, so he walks up on stage, and he's like, he taps the mic a bit, like, you know, that one noise that all mics make when you tap it. So he's like, is this thing on? And, you know, everybody's like, yeah, you know. He's like, alright, my name is Izuku, you know, my name is Izuku, and it'll be a pleasure being here. Good luck to everyone. Try not to be such cannon fodder. And, you know, he just walks off, which everybody's like, that was both underwhelming and infuriating. So, we're gonna kick his ass. That's everyone's mindset. Because, like, you know, Izuku didn't plan a fucking speech. Neither did I, to be honest. So, he's just like, alright, well, I mean, shit. So he didn't really plan a fucking speech or anything, but, hey, that's how it goes, I guess. So he's walking around, he's like, So he's just chilling, and then now they're like, alright, let's get to the thing, you know, let's get to the sports festival activity. So they spin the wheel, they get the sprint, and then Deku's like, alright, that doesn't seem too hard. So he gets to the halls, everybody's like in the crowd, they're like getting ready to run. Deku sees that Todoroki's about to slam his right foot down, which Deku's like, oh, okay, so that's what he's doing. So like Deku, like the moment Todoroki like puts his like right foot down, Deku jumps free, the whole ground gets frozen like cannon. Alright, Todoroki starts running, Deku goes at, like right after him, and remember, he's a fucking panther, so Todoroki's speed, like sliding on ice bullshit, ain't shit, because you know, panthers be fast as fuck. So Deku, he's just going, right? He went into full panther mode, and he's on all fours, and he's just going. So then after that, you know, they get to, what's it called? Which one was the first episode? They get to robots, and then like the robots are like chasing after Deku, but you know, cats are fucking agile, so he's dodging that easy, and then like he like moves to places where like if they go after him, they'll fall. Like he dodged the 0-pointer, right? Then he went under its legs. It tried to reach for him, and it fell on its head like a dummy. And then after that, you know, Todoroki still does the same shit where he freezes the whole fucking robot to be extra. Well, I mean, not even to be extra, because it was strategic. I can't talk. Strategic. And, like, Deku, he's still off, alright? He's still flying off. He gets to the fucking, what is it called? The trapeze wire, alright? That's what we're gonna say, the wire. So Deku goes into his, like, you know, normal humanish state where he still has like paws and shit, and you know, cats can balance on literally anything, cause you know, cats OP IRL. Like, cause like if cats can go on the fences, then I believe that Izuku, an OP version of a cat, could fucking easily go on a tripwire. Even then, he could hold himself like upside down, like Su did. So he just gets over. Todoroki did catch up with him in that time. I forgot how Todoroki even got past that, honestly. I think Todoroki actually just did it normally, so Todoroki doesn't even catch up to him. Deku gets to like the fucking explosive minefield, and you know, he's just like, Alright, he's careful with this one because he didn't pick up the robot scrap this time because he had no reason to. So he's like dodging like the certain areas that he believes, you know, would be dangerous. He's just like, alright, not this, not that. Alright, you know, he's getting over there, and so is Todoroki. And then Todoroki's like, alright, I need to hurry this up. So he starts freezing his pathway, and Deku's like, okay, bet, we're doing this. So he went full panther and just started bolting. Alright, so they're both like going at pretty fast speeds. Deku's a little bit faster. Deku's like, alright, and you know, he fucking kicks a mine like that's right next to fucking Todoroki because they were like right next to each other. And then he jumps. So the mine shoots him a little bit because it's not as big of an explosion as in, remember, cannon, what Deku used. So he just shoots in. So what's it called? He goes a little bit far, but not like all the way. Todoroki gets sent like to the side a little bit, but Deku just has that lead, which gives him first place. Bakugo, he was trying to catch up the whole time because, you know, that's how it goes. So Todoroki's in second, Bakugo's in third, and everyone else is where everyone else was. So it's basically canon. So, you know, Deku still gets 1 million points. Everybody still wants him because they're weird. And, you know, Deku's, like, they throw killing intent at Deku, and, you know, Deku throws murderous intent at them because, you know, he's an animal, and he's actually killed other animals, so he actually has way more than them. And they shooketh. So, Su, fucking Tokiyami, and Mei, and all. Actually, would Kota want to join? Well, Mei asked to join, but Deku was like, sorry, I have another friend joining. And Kota was like, yeah, can I join you? And Deku's like, no problem, yeah, sure. Like, even though Kota won't really be able to do too much because, you know, there's not animals everywhere, he can, like, call birds to do shit for him. Like, so birds can, like, yoink a few fucking points, while Tokiyami also does the same thing, and Su does the same thing, while Deku just runs. Honestly, but, like, this team is a good offensive team and a good escape team, but not really. I don't see too much defense out of it unless, like, he gets birds to just yoink points and then fly away to make, like, the team chase it, which he could do that. And Su could just, like, shoot a tongue at people and hit them with it. While Deku just, shadow TPs and stuff. He can't really like shadow TP with people, I don't think. I'd say he can't do that just to make him like less overpowered. So he's just like, he's getting ready for everyone to rush him, right? Because, he knows how it's gonna go. So the moment it's like, go, everybody fucking rushes at Deku. Deku immediately, he's the horse, of course. So immediately he goes full bigger panther mode. So everybody's on his back. And, he's like, all right, hold on, and starts stealing points. So he runs around, like, at pretty fucking fast speeds. And, like, Sue, fucking Tokiyami, and Koda are just stealing points left and right, right? And, like, everybody's like, what? No. Yada, 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 Everybody's like, my points, yada, yada, yada. So, like, now, like, they have a ass ton of points because they don't even need it. So they're just like, all right. Now he's like, all right, Koda, get a bunch of birds. And then, Koda gets a bunch of birds. And then the birds just take all the points that aren't the 10 million and then just fly in different directions. So everybody's fucking chasing birds right now, Everybody's chilling out. Todoroki, he's still going after Deku because he didn't get his points yoinked by Dark Shadow or fucking, what's it called, Sue or the birds. Same for Bakugo and that one guy, Monoma. Monoma yoinks. Monoma yoinks fucking, what's it called? Bakugo's thing. So Bakugo's after Monoma. Bakugo steals his points back. Then later on though, what's it called? Todoroki still goes after Deku. Deku's still dodging like fucking Ultra Instinct style. Shinso is doing Shinso things. Like, I'm just trying to update where everybody's doing. Like, everybody in canon basically made it, but instead of Todoroki being in first, it's Deku. So the matches are still going to go the same on who goes first and who does what. So, like, what's it called? So now it's the matches, alright? It's Shinso versus Deku. You know how it is. So, like, the moment he shears Shinso and then Deku, and Deku's like, alright. So he just fucking walks on the stage, right? Shinso's like, alright, you ready to lose? Class 1A trash, Deku's like, sure. So the match starts, Deku's about to say something, and then, like, he gets this feeling where, like, okay, don't do that. So he's like, okay, yes, I won't do that. Shinso's like, gotcha. And, like, because he thought that Deku was talking to him, so he attempts to mind control Deku. Deku's like, he's confused, so he's like, alright, I'll play along. So he doesn't move, right? Shinso's just like, walk off the stage. Deku's like, why though? Like, why? And then Shinso's like, what? You're under my control. Like, how are you doing this? Deku's like, what do you mean under your, like, Deku's like, huh? Like, he doesn't even say what he mean because, then he'd be under control. So he's like, huh? Which it's kind of a response, but not really enough to where I would count it. So, Shinso's like, damn it, yada, 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 this, and that, and third. Finally, Deku's like, alright, I'm annoyed, and he just tail whips Shinso out of the fucking ring. Shinso's like, you were born with an amazing quirk, and he's like, yeah, but, like, I was born and raised in the forest. Well, I mean, he wasn't born in the forest, but he was raised in the forest. I got thrown out, like, as a child, so, I mean, I think I have a little bit of right to be amazing. So he walks away. Deku's biological parents are watching the fucking sports festival, so is Neko, his little sister. And, she's like, whoa, his quirk is very similar to mine. Deku's parents are sweating bullets. They're like, yeah, it is. It's very similar to yours, sweetheart. Because, they kept her around because, she had fire manipulation along with being cat-like. So Deku, he's like, he knows, like, hey, eventually I'll find my parents. And depending on what they're doing, I'll fucking call the police on them and get them arrested. But for now, he doesn't really care about them. So, Deku walks back in there, Todoroki declares war, Bakugo steps in and be like, declare war on me because I'm cool, yada yada yada. Sorry. But you guys gotta understand, I'm in my room alone. For me, you're watching this and you hear me, but I'm just chilling in a room alone talking to my phone like a weirdo. So, what to do now? So yeah, Todoroki, he does declare war. I forgot who Deku fights next. Let me think. Is it Todoroki? Yeah, it's Todoroki. So Todoroki still does the same shit with Sero. Bakugo still fights for equal rights with Uraraka. Fucking Ida still dogs. Actually, it's not even Mei Hatsume, it's Koda. Because that's actually, would it be Koda or Tsuyu? Who let me think about where, okay. So, Froppy replaced Uraraka. Oh, so he didn't even dog Uraraka. What's it called? He dogged Froppy. Alright, yeah. So he beat the hell out of Froppy. Because, you know, he fights for equal rights. Deku got annoyed because, you know, that's his friend. You know, what's it called? Froppy's like, yeah, don't worry, it was just a fight, yada yada yada. Deku's like, nah, I'm gonna kick his ass. You know, remember the Wild Pussycats are watching, you know, they're secretly rooting for Deku, but, you know, they can't show it because they're teachers. So, you know, it basically like Kota, and there's Koda. I'm pretty sure Koda is the one who talks to animals. Kota is the one who talks to animals. Koda is the one who shoots water. So yeah, so Koda, he's watching. He's like, yeah, Deku, yeah, you know, you can do it. You know, this and that. You know, he's cheering on. He's like, you know, everybody like, who the hell is this kid? He's like, Deku smiles and, you know, point thumbs up to him. So now, like, Deku jumps down. He's about to fight Todoroki. Todoroki still has that edgy emo face, you know, where he's like, you know, that one face. While, you know, Deku doesn't really give a shit about it because he's seen fucking angry animals, which are much more scary than an emo, edgy, you know, daddy issue boy's face. And for Blanky, I'm going to make Deku fold the shit out of Todoroki, alright? Because, you know, Blanky hates Todoroki with a passion that I will never understand. It's honestly unhealthy, but so Deku gets ready, like, you know, he gets ready to fight. Todoroki's like, alright, you know, he shoots a big ass ice glacier. Deku immediately, you know, he dodges it because, you know, he don't mess with ice glaciers. Todoroki shoots another, but then he uses the old ice glacier. He jumps on the side of it, and then jumps on the side of the new ice glacier and jumps at Todoroki, immediately like uppercutting the hell out of him. When Todoroki goes up, he like kicks him down again, like as if like while he's still in the air. So like Todoroki gets smashed into the ground already, and Deku just starts dogging Todoroki because, you know, he overdid it with Sero, so he's like, you want to overdo it, I'll overdo it too. So he's dogging Todoroki. At this point, Todoroki, he's just like, he's throwing out ice, but like Deku moves out of the way before, you know, it can really hit him, because as long as he's on the left side, it's not gonna do shit. So he's just beating the hell out of Todoroki from the left. Todoroki's like, oh, fuck it at this point, because, you know, he's getting his ass absolutely whooped on live television. So he just like lifts up his like left arm and just blasts fire, which Deku didn't expect, so he did get hit. He didn't know Todoroki had fire. He could tell. I mean, it's kind of obvious, you know. So Deku's like, alright, so you're gonna use your fire now? And, you know, Todoroki's like, nah, I just used it to get, you know, you off me. He's like, alright. So, you know, he goes again. He starts immediately dogging Todoroki again, to the point where Todoroki has to rely on the fire. You know, it's a repetitive cycle. And Deku's like, if you're willing to use your fire like that when you need it most, then use it when people need you to use it, alright? Don't be stupid. You're going to be a hero. Heroes don't use, like, past vendettas, you know, to stop them from using their quirks, dumbass, you know, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, Todoroki realizes that he's not really made to be a hero if he's just only going to use half of his fucking quirk. So, you know, Todoroki, he got that slight talk no jutsu, but he's also still angry because he's called a dumbass. Then he got his shit kicked off the stage. And it's like, Izuku Midoriya wins this match, you know? Deku's like, alright, you know, he looks at Bakugo, he's like, you're next. But it's cool. That's what Bakugo's saying. He's like, he might have folded half and half, but I'm a different breed. That's what he thinks. But no, Deku's different. Bakugo is just superiority and inferiority complex. Not really special. So what's it called? Deku, he's like, all right, I'm about to fold this guy. But let me check how long we've been doing this for a bit. 25 minutes. All right. That's actually better than I thought. I'm probably gonna get into the Stain arc. So yeah, then I'm gonna end it. Then we're gonna go. What would be after this again? Yeah, probably the forest training arc again, which you guys tell me if you want them to go to the USJ instead, or if you just want them to go to the forest training arc. Forest training. I'd rather them go to the forest training because that would make my life a lot easier. But you guys do you. I'm gonna try to record another video if this is only 30 minutes long, because I just, I got an hour to just fuck around. So Deku, he's just like, all right, bet. He starts. He gets ready like at the beginning of the match, and then Bakugo, he shoots a massive explosion at the beginning. Deku, he didn't expect Bakugo to just fucking, at the beginning. So he did get pushed back a bit, and, he did get burned a bit. But now Deku looks up and he's like, yeah, you done fucked up now. So Bakugo shoots another explosion, also hitting Deku. There's a huge smoke screen. And then he looks, and then after the smoke clears, Deku is gone. Bakugo's like, the fuck, where in the fucks did he go? And basically Deku just jumped in his fucking shadow, like as he shot the explosion. Yeah, Deku just jumped in his shadow as he shot the explosion. So Bakugo, he didn't expect this. He doesn't even remember that Deku could do this because Deku hasn't done it in a little bit. So basically, like, Deku gets out of the shadow, like, behind him, right? He's like, hey. And then Bakugo turns around. He gets his shit punched, right? Then, like, before he can get sent back flying, Deku grabs his shirt and then punches him again in the gut. Deku then grabs his shirt, knees him in the face. Like, Deku is just, like, wailing on Bakugo because, he wants to fight for equal rights. Deku will do the same. Alright? Panthers can beat the shit out of Pomeranians. So, Deku is just demolishing Bakugo because I will never have Deku lose to Bakugo unless under strict circumstances. So Deku, he's immediately just beating the crap out of Bakugo, which, everybody's just like, oof. I mean, he beat the shit out of that one girl, so I mean, fair game. So, everybody's like, all right, I think, like a few people are like, all right, I think he's had enough, man. And then Deku just like, all right, he punches Bakugo one more time, and then Bakugo gets sent out. And then, Izuku Midoriya wins the sports festival. Everybody's cheering. They're all like, oh my god, he's amazing, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And, Deku's just like, yeah, you know how that should go. So, like, Deku, like, the amount of agencies that want him are disgusting. But we'll say, who would he go for? He wouldn't go for, All Might's agencies in America. He wouldn't go for Endeavor's agency. Endeavor wouldn't even want him because he doesn't have a fire quirk. He wouldn't go for Best Genist. I don't even remember who the number 4 hero at that point was. We're just gonna say he joins the Wild Wild Pussycats, right? But they're stated in fucking what's it called? The place that it happened, the city, where the fucking attack happened. So Deku's just like, he's doing like fucking internships over there. He's also still like doing that to learn more about them and chill out with them, because they're his Like he doesn't care like what they say at this point. They're his, unless like specifically like they proved him that they don't like him whatsoever, which none of them have proved. So they're his until his until proven wrong. So Deku, he's just like, all right, so what do you guys need me to do? And they have him on fucking plumbing duty because, like, yeah, they don't really send interns on anything. Then they send him on patrol once. That's when the attack happens. So Deku, he goes into Panther state. He starts, taking care of Nomu, and then he smells blood. So he's like, oh crap. So he sniffs over, and he smells Ida. So he's like, oh, that's even worse. He runs over. He sees Ida's about to get his shit stabbed. So he jumps in through the shadow, jumps out, and immediately slashes Stain in the chest with his claws. Stain jumps back. He's like, who the hell are you? And then like he sees that it's just a fucking big ass panther. So he's like, okay, he's a random fucking panther in the middle of Horiyoshi? I want to say Horiyoshi. I'm not even gonna say a random ass panther in the middle of this city. Deku is just like, I can use this, and then he roars at fucking what's it called? At Stain. So Stain's like, okay, it's just a fucking animal that just snuck up on me. So he just throws a knife. The panther moves out of the way, and Stain's like, panthers do that shit? Like, he's like, he doesn't know much about panthers. He knows a lot about heroes because, hero killer. He doesn't know about panthers, so he's like, I guess panthers fucking dodge knives, which they don't, I don't think. Unless, like, you throw it slowly. So after that, Deku runs at Stain. Stain thinks that this was fucking easy game. So he gets ready, and then, like, the moment Deku, like, lunges at him, like, he goes to stab Deku. Deku immediately swerves. And Stain's like, that also doesn't seem like panther movement. And then, like, Deku just bites into his arm. Stain's arm gives out. Right, then he goes to stab Deku with the other arm. His other hand gets tail whipped. Alright, but then, like, what's it called? After that, Deku's like, alright, I basically have this guy under wraps. Then Stain stabs him, right, with another knife, because Stain is fucking knife central. Stain stabs him, and then Deku's like, fuck, and he's like, because that hurts. Then Deku just like bites down harder on his arm, which Stain's like, Stain's starting to bleed a lot, which he's like, fuck, he lets go of the knife because he's hurt. And then Deku just slashes him again, and Stain's bleeding on the floor now. Deku, he's like, he got stabbed in like the right paw, like the right front paw. So he's like crawling over to Ida. He picks him up with his mouth. He picks up what's it called, native on his back using his tail, and then he picks up fucking Stain with a rope in his tail. So he drags him out. Fucking, he didn't even call upon Todoroki because Todoroki don't fuck with him. Neither does Bakugo. Neither does anyone really, other than like his main group. So Deku walks out there, fucking Endeavor, he's like walking by and he sees like Deku, like a big ass panther holding 3 people and Stain the hero killer. So he gets ready to shoot at Deku. Deku's like, hey, hold up, wait a minute. He's like, wait a minute. Cause he's still holding Ida with his fucking teeth with his teeth by his clothes. So, fucking Endeavor stops. He's like, the fuck, Deku explains like, yeah, I'm an intern, so here's the hero killer Stain. Get these people to a hospital, and I'm gonna go kill more Nomu. And, basically, he puts Ida down, and, like, gently, he puts Native down gently, and he just drops Stain. And then, so, Endeavor's like, who the hell are you? He's like, I'm Izuku Midori, or Izuku Sho. Sorry, it's mindsets. So after that, Deku brushes off. He starts fucking, he starts killing a bunch of Nomu. Like it's on the fucking news that, like, there's a big-ass panther fighting Nomu. People are wondering, like, is this a pro-hero panther? Like, because they stupid and don't remember the sports festival, I guess. And, after that, Deku beats up, like, a few, he basically kills a few more Nomu because he still don't fuck with them. And, after that, like, Deku's pretty much chill. He's like, alright, these guys are done. Like, he still gets called into the police office, and he still was in the hospital because he got stabbed in the arm, basically. So, the officer is like, that was very reckless, yada, yada, yada. You shouldn't have gone and fought him alone. He's like, yeah, but, like, he was gonna die, so, yeah. The officers were like, yeah, honestly, like, good job, but, like, be careful next time and call upon pro heroes if you can. Deku's like, alright, I got you, I will. So, Deku, he's like, he's already pretty much chilling. Ida's like, Ida does thank Deku a lot. Deku's like, no problem, but just don't be dumb. Your brother's alive, be happy about that. Ida's like, yes, you're right, thank you, yada, yada, yada. After that, what would happen after that? After that, he gets back to the internship, and, while Pussycats, they're like, what the hell, yada, 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 the trio, they're like, what the hell were you doing? Why would you fight the hero killer? That was reckless, that was dumb, they were worried, that stuff. Deku's like, oh, it's fine, I'm fine, They're like, no, you could have been bad. What could have happened? You could have gotten killed. Deku's like, well, I mean, I'm alive, so yeah. And they're like, you're too reckless, They're like, either way, we came here also to tell you guys that you're going to be coming to the forest training camp again, or the USJ again. We're still deciding on which one. Deku's like, alright, that'll be fun. He goes home after that. And, he just chills out. And sadly for you guys, that's where I'm going to leave this off. It's been 33 minutes or 36 minutes. So, yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to try. I mean, there's no reason for me to not upload regularly because, Christmas break. And I do have homework, but, I'm pretty chill right now. Alright, well, be beautiful people still. Alright, later.